I've been thinking back about so many things. I've been thinking about my goals. I've been thinking about the things that I've been wanting to do, like in years. I've been thinking about, I feel so behind. I feel so stuck. I feel so disappointed in myself. So many, a lot of, I've been finding some people, like I've been finding new people. I've been meeting new people these days, and people keep asking me, "When are you off? You could come and do this. We could go to the beach. We could do that." Apart from being that broke, like literally, my card declined on a 5 dirham bill. 5 dirham. I was just buying some breakfast rolls, and my card declined on 5 dirhams. I just sat there and cried. Like, so when I meet new people and they're always like, "Oh, you should come out. You should come on your day off, and we talk and go to this place and do this and do that." It just gets me thinking, I can't even afford that. And besides, I don't like how I look. I I don't have any clothes that fit me, and the ones that fit me are not my style, and the ones that are still not my style, they don't even. Right now, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and this is the only style of top that can fit me right now. And lately, I've just been sitting down and thinking back on so many things that I've wanted to be, so many things that I wanted to do. I've been so much on social media because I can't get away from social media. That's the only way I avoid thinking about reality. That's the only way I escape the mm, life that I have right now, which I didn't plan to have. So I've been seeing a lot of people that I grew up with, people that I met, and I feel like everyone has made something for themselves. I feel like everyone has come from where we were and they've made a life for themselves. Everyone has become what they wanted to be. Everyone everyone is doing what they wanted to do, and I am over here. There is so much that I wanted. If 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 you told me when I was like 20, when I was younger, and you told me that I would be in this place, in this situation, looking like this at this time, I would call you a witch. I would say you're cursing me. Because in my wildest dreams, I never thought I would end up like this. Because one of these days, I blocked a person that I worked with at a certain place. That place was the job of my dreams. And the reason I blocked this girl is because I'm jealous. She did stay and work there, and she went off to another place of work, but the same kind of work, and she is very successful. She's living the life, uh, and she is so happy. And it's not exactly like 100% the life that I wanted to live, that I envisioned for myself, but it's a lot more like what I thought I would be at this time. And we're the same age. So I blocked her because every time I came across her page, I got depressed. I got bad feelings, and I didn't want to feel like that about her. She's a nice girl. She's a good person. I didn't want to feel like that about her. So I blocked her. And when I was when I was growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. You know, a lot of us wanted to be doctors when we were growing up, but I discovered very soon in life that I don't even like hospitals. The smell of medicine makes me. I don't like the smell of medicine. I quiver at the sight of wounds and blood, and it's just not a good thing for me. I remember one time I went to a hospital to see my big brother. He was he was admitted for a few days, and on one day or one of the days when my mom was going to visit him, she took me with her, and we stayed there for a long time. I mean, she went to see her baby, so she was not going to go in and get out. So we stayed there for a very long time, and I was young, so I couldn't leave by myself, so I had to be there with her. The more we waited, I got sick. The doctor started coming in, like, to the nurses to check on my brother, and I think around the third round of checkups, the nurse told my mom, "You need to take this girl out of here. She's getting sick." Because if someone else came in, they would think she's the one that is sick. I was literally getting sick in that hospital. So I discovered soon that I couldn't stay in hospitals. They made me sick, so I dropped that. I I said, yeah, I wanted to be. I changed and I wanted to be a lawyer because, you know, if you're African, you know that African parents have limited options of careers that they would like for you to follow. So I decided I wanted to be a lawyer. So I started working towards that. But things happened, and uh, we didn't have money to go to school anymore. So pretty earlier on from primary school, we started going to like public schools. We left the private schools, and um, by the time I was in high school, the future of being a lawyer was getting farther and farther away. But at A level, I discovered that if you did journalism, you could, because at that point, I had already realized that I didn't have money to pay for university, so I was looking for the next best option. So I discovered I like made research, and I discovered that if you studied journalism, you could take that time doing journalism, like a diploma in journalism, and then if after you've done that, you could join law. So I did that. I started working towards that, and I knew I couldn't get like a free ride to the university because those are not common in my country. And if they like the sponsorship comes, they go to the rich. Yeah, they go to the rich because there's a lot of corruption, and that's not my business anyway. But I knew I wouldn't get in on a free ride, so and also I didn't even have I didn't have enough time at school because we we kept getting chased out of school because we didn't pay school fees. Yes, in a public school. we were getting chased out of school, and so even if I wanted to, I didn't have enough resources to make the grades that would give me a free ride. So I decided to study as hard as I can to get just enough, like a good enough grade to help me get into a technical school. So I did get enough points to do a diploma, and I did journalism because I wanted to, like, I still had hope that I would do law in the future. So I did that, and I did that, and even that was so hard because I went to a very, very, very cheap school, but I couldn't even afford that. Yeah, I couldn't afford that because even until now, I've not gotten my transcript back because I don't even know if it's still there because I did graduate. I actually did very good because I was one of the best in my class. Uh, in spite of all the hardships, not being in class like so many times, I was one of the best in class. But that one also reminds me that I've never won anything. I've never been the best at anything. There was always someone that is better. There was always someone that is better. And even right now, as I say, I was one of the best in class. I always thought to myself, if only I could have enough money to stay in school, so they don't like chase me out of class. I could be so much better. I could be the first one in class, but I couldn't cause I couldn't buy the textbooks. I couldn't buy the field trips. I couldn't buy the practical things that were needed in class. So I missed out on a lot. So I remember when I was in high school. When I was in high school, uh, you were supposed to, like, the prefects, the head girl and the head boy were supposed to come from Form 5. And when I was in Form 5, I was like one of the best candidates. And then there was another girl, but my dean came to me, like he came direct to me and called me into his office and told me, I really wish you could just stay in school because I want you to be the head girl. You are the best that we have. But I'm afraid you're not going to be here on some of the days that we need our head girl to be around in school. And I really did want to be the head girl. I actually registered, and some other girls registered and they were rejected, and it was down to me and that other girl. And everyone was saying, "Oh, Precious will win this one. By far, she's the best." But I couldn't stay in school. Even the 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 week that they voted, I was not in school. I was not there. I was chased out because I did not have the damn school fees. So she obviously won because I was not there. So yeah, I've never been the best at nothing. Even when I'm this close to being the best, I still am not the fucking best. There is always something, there is always someone. The girl that I told you that I blocked, we worked we worked at a certain station. I told you I did journalism. The other reason I did journalism is because wanted to be I wanted to be in media. I wanted to do radio and TV, and the places I went to, they always told me, "Oh, you have a nice voice." On radio, they would say, "Oh, you have a nice talking voice. You could do this. You could do that." On TV, this is really this. I've never been good for anything because in the radio stuff, by the time I got into radio, I was like, I was doing internship, so I had the internship was unpaid. That's another thing. The internship was unpaid, and I lived very very far from the radio station that I was like registered to do internship. So the internship was non paid, and I needed money to get to and from the station. So I missed a lot of days, and I didn't get that job. I didn't get anywhere with that. But again, the manager was very understanding, so they did give me my certificates. So they did give me my certificates because he didn't want me to fail. So they did give me my internship certificate, but they couldn't take me on because I was missing, and they thought I was not reliable. But I was young. I didn't have money. I didn't have anywhere to get the money. My mom was that poor, and my dad was okay. I was going to say about what, but my dad was not present. So on TV, that's the other thing. I've never been good at anything. On TV, I joined TV when I was so young, and at first they I was like a preteen, I could say. So they told me I was too young. I had to like give them time because there were some girls, there were some teens that were doing certain teen shows. So they said I was too young anyway. So I gave that a break. And then when I came back, when I was like after a few years, 2 or 3 years, I think, um, there were there were better kids that were doing the shows that were for my age group. So at first I was too young. Now that I'm not too young, like there was always something. And so the program was like new, and they didn't have the uh, budget, so everyone had to do their own thing. And I was like I said, I was poor. We didn't have money, so the rich kids took the show because their parents bought them clothes, they dropped them off, and well, that's how it went on. And then when I got in, uh, there was always someone, there was always something. And what really makes me annoyed, what really I really don't understand till this day, I had there were my ideas, there were my I was making the research and everything, but it ended up in someone else's hands. And then there was one time I had this program director who used to say, "You do very good. You are very perfect. You're excellent." They used to tell me that I'm so good, but then when it comes to be on screen, no, I was not on screen, and I don't understand. That was that. And then I'm a church girl. Even in church, still I was still always just almost When I was in church, I was in the choir and in one of the dancing groups. In the choir, I had a good voice, and as usual, one of the best. Not the best, but one of the best voices. But what amazed me, what still amazes me, even in church, I was never quite there because when it came to like leading songs, um, it wasn't me. Until now, I still have that one song that they let me do. It was just it was just that one song that they let me do. It was just the song that I was known for because it was the only song they let me do. But I was good. I was so good. I was so good. But not good enough to like when they needed backup sopranos. I was a soprano. I had to be the backup. I had to be the backup. With backup, that was my place. That was my place. And the front row, no, not there. Backup, that's my place. I had to doing solos, no, that's for someone else. This was someone else. Backup, that's my place in the backup. And you could tell that there were people that I could sing better than, so much better than. And they got verses, they got solo parts, they got solo songs. It was never me. And then there was the dancing group. That one was a different story also. I was quite a good dancer, but still, I was just one of the best. It's not for lack of trying. I did try my best. I've always tried. I've always put myself there. I've always did the things that I thought I needed to do. But there was always something. There's always something. There's always something that just there's always something. There's always something. And now here I am. Here I am. Working a job that I never in my whole life thought I would be doing. If you asked maybe 17, that's even far, a 21-year-old me, if I could see myself being here in this place, I would say you're the devil. I'd say you're the devil. Because when I was maybe like 20, when I was maybe 20, there were some people coming to the Gulf countries for work and all those things. And I felt so bad for them. I was not in a good place. Really, I was not in a good place. But I felt so bad for them. I was so sad for them. There is a neighbor of ours that the mom of the girl came, and then after some time, she she paid for the girl to go. The girl was the same age as my big sister, so she was a little older than a little bit older than me, and she went I think to Dubai, and I felt so sad. I felt so sad. It was like why would she do that to her child? Because the mom was already working here. We never knew what she was doing, but so when I when look back and I'm like, yeah, I never knew I would be here, but yet here I am. I'm in Abu Dhabi. I cannot explain this to someone, but I can only say you look at your dreams and watch them go away from you. And there's nothing you can do. You just watch your dreams go. You watch people live your life. You watch people live the life that you wish you. I have never won in life. I try. I do everything, every damn thing. When I was intern doing my internship on radio, the days that my mom couldn't afford transport for me, some days, most days, oh, when I was interning on radio, there are most days that my mom couldn't afford transport. I walked to that damn station. I walked miles. When I say I walked, you could think maybe 2 or 3 miles. Many miles, many miles. I could walk there, and in the sun, there were two buildings. One that had some amenities like the break room and all, and I think it was like a church office because the radio was near a church. And then there was another, the other building was the one that had the radio. So I could walk, and by the time I got there, I was sweating. So I had another shirt, another top in my bag. So I went to the first building, so I would go to the toilets and change my top, brush my hair, like wipe my armpits because I was sweating. That's how much I wanted this. I wanted it so much. I wanted it so much. So I would go to that building first and wash my face and put on some lip gloss. That's the only makeup I knew how to do. I still don't know how to do makeup. And put on some lip gloss and change my top because that one, the one I came in was very dirty. And then sit down for a while, like in the break room. There was that break room. They knew me in that break room because they knew we were interns in the other building. So they let me sit in the break room. So I would sit in the break room so I like cool down before I went to report in the radio building in the station. So I always time time myself to come earlier before the program started. So I would have time to go to the bathroom and try to kind of freshen up and yeah. And so I would walk for like 2 days and then miss some days because I couldn't walk that very long distance every day. I still missed a lot of days, so that one went like that. And that is also the other reason I didn't get a lot of like shows on the TV because most times they would say come on this day, and then that day will come and I had like zero zero on my account. I had like zero in my wallet, and I didn't even have a bank account back then. I had like zero in my wallet, and I couldn't just walk all the way. And TV is about looks. I would think about how I'm going to look when I get there, and it was going to be useless. So yeah, I would come up with something, but I came up with so many things. They gave up on me, and that's what I also understand that it was. they could not just be waiting for me forever. So that's how my dreams kept dying. The same thing happens in the choir. Sometimes I didn't have money to like go to church, so sometimes they would promise me a song, and they would say, "Oh, Precious will do this song on Sunday, this on the coming Sunday." But then I missed practice. I missed like 3 times, so they'll give it to another person. And yeah, I have never in my life. I cannot say that I could look back and say I wanted this and I got it. I wanted this to be like this and I got it. I have never got, never gotten what I wanted. Never. And right now I sit down and look at my friends, even my sister. She's and she tells me, "Oh, you'll be fine." I look at her and I'm happy for her. She wanted to have kids. She has 3. She has a very loving husband. She has her own little family and she's happy. Even in my own family, I'm still the loser. Because everyone got what they wanted. Everything that I've ever wanted, I've never gotten it. So many times I'm almost there. I'm almost getting it, and I lose it. I just lose it. So I've June is coming tomorrow. Today is the last day of May. Tomorrow is June. So I have told myself that this time I'm going to try again because I think I had given up on myself and everything. But I have decided that I'm going to give myself one more chance. I am going to try again. It's not like I haven't been trying, but and the more I think about it, I don't even know how I'm going to try again because there's so many things that I want to do. But right now, I'm working a job that leaves me no time to myself. I'm a chauffeur. I'm a chauffeur and a private chauffeur. I need to be specific. I work for a family that they think the day starts when they wake up and it ends when they sleep. So between when they wake up and when they sleep, I'm on call. So I don't know how I'm going to do this because I need this job. Because if I don't have this job, I cannot live. I don't have any other thing. I don't have I don't have any other stream of income. So I need this job, but I also need to see my dreams true. I need to see myself at least somewhere that I will, at least halfway somewhere that I want it to be. I'm going to try. The more I think about it, the more I feel like it's, boy, Oh, oh my God. So the things that I want to do, the first one is I really, really, really need to lose weight. I've been trying some diets, but the thing is, I've been stress eating. When I'm very stressed, I eat a lot. So I don't know how that is going to work because this job is very stress inducing. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need to lose this weight and I need to lose it fast because it's one of the things that have held me back. I don't want to be seen in public. Yeah, I don't want anyone to see me in public because I feel I cannot even dress like this is my daily fit. The t-shirt and jeans or straight pants because those are the only things that fit. Even the jeans that fit, I have like two pairs that fit right now, and the rest nothing fits. So even if I go to the shops, I don't even have money to buy new clothes. But if I go to the shops, there is nothing that's my size. So I need to lose the weight because I actually like dressing up and I don't like t-shirts. I don't like to be in t-shirts all day, but I don't have an option. So I need to lose weight starting this June because tomorrow is June. So I need to lose weight first of all. And then when I'm frustrated, not even when I'm frustrated, I watch a lot of videos on the phone because that's how I escape reality. That's how I try to forget that I'm a loser and I'm so behind. So I watch a lot of videos. I've gotten so addicted that sometimes I even wake up late, but I find myself waking up and subconsciously grabbing the phone and just I find myself watching a video already and I'm like, oh my god. So many times I've been late. I don't wake up late because I want to be late, but like I said, the job that I work, these people think that the day starts when they wake up and it ends when they sleep, and they sleep very late. Like today, they came, they I dropped them back at almost 2, yeah, almost 2 o'clock. We got here at 1:45, and it's not uncommon. It's actually very, 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 very common. Almost every week, any day that they don't have work, and every weekend, like 3 days of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they could come back at 3. So I don't wake up late because I'm lazy. Sometimes I even wish I was lazy, but I don't have the privilege of being lazy. I cannot stay in bed. I have to. So sometimes I just like squeeze in some minutes. I'm like, I set my alarm and squeeze in some minutes. I'm like, okay, I will wake up at the last possible minute because I have to maybe clean the car in the morning and maybe do some other things, and then get ready before I take the lady to work. So I could be waking up at the last possible minute, but then still I find myself grabbing my phone and watching videos, sitting on this little thing that I call a bed. It's very small and hard as a rock. That's another thing. I love comfort, but that is, and I find myself sitting there and scrolling l- like it's I've gotten so addicted. I want to stop that. I've been trying these days. So I find myself scrolling and I'm like, put it down. I put it down and then I'm like, oh, let me finish this. So there is that. Also, in pursuit of bettering myself, I want to learn at least one language before the end of this year. So I want to learn one language. And I have a guitar and a piano that I barely know how to play. So I want to improve on that because I want to better myself. I want to improve on that. Like I said, I don't have time, but I want to get an alternative from this job. So I want to, this one, I still don't have a solution to it or a way out, but I want to get another stream of income so that, because right now, if anything happened and I got fired from this job, God forbid, or if I had to go back home, there is a time, not one time, so many times, I really, really, really felt like, yeah, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. I just can't push it anymore. I need to go home, but I can't. Like right now, I could go home. I could go home, but I can't. I can't because first of all, right now, when I tell people my bank account is empty, they think like, "Oh, you have some." I have zero, zero. I told you I'm having yogurt, but I wanted ice cream. You know how much ice cream is? There is ice cream for 5 dirhams. There is ice cream for 2 dirhams. I do not have that. So if I wanted to go home right now, first of all, I couldn't. But even if I had money for the ticket and what else do I need? Like just for the ticket. Even if I had money for the ticket, I do not have a stream of income. If I went back home right now, first of all, I have zero savings. Second, I don't know how I could survive at home. There is nothing. My sister has a family. My brothers, they all have families and they're not rich. So nobody's going to take care of me. If anything, I help take care of my mom. So yeah. So I need financial, what would I say, stability? Yeah, stability, but also freedom. Yeah. So I need to, for now, those are the things that I really want to work on. I want to improve on my guitar and piano. I don't know. I would be squeezing in time because sometimes I take the lady to work and then when I come back waiting for her, like a few hours, I could learn a key or two. So maybe a few phrases in a language. So I want to improve that and learn the language and also get a stream of income. And mainly, I want to lose this weight. This it's the main thing that brings me the most stress, and it's also and stress is the main thing that makes me gain weight. So it's like full circle. I get stressed from looking at myself in the mirror, and then when I'm very stressed, I want to eat everything that I see. Thank God, right now I don't have anything. I don't. I just have this yogurt, and I don't like it. So yeah, I'll be eating right now, but I have nothing to eat. So yeah, but that's my rant, my vent. I really feel frustrated right now. As I was talking, I was thinking maybe there's a time that I got what I wanted. Like there's a time I want something, and there is none. I've never won in life. I have never like sat down and said, yeah, yeah, I did it. I did this. Maybe when I was a toddler and I don't remember it. When I was a little kid and I don't remember it, but there is no time that I remember that I sat there and I said, yes, I'm happy. And I really want to be happy. I just want to be happy. And that's all.